Hello everyone. I know it's been a long time since you've seen my face, so hello. Thank you for joining me today. I just wanted to give my little recap of my challenge of 100 photos in one evening. I've been delayed simply for two reasons. One, I ran out of photos, which is a good problem, but to edit and look for photos and print them is a whole nother process that takes me a long time. So I ran out of photos. And then the second thing was I ran out of time. I just simply got bogged down with work and life and just did not have any time to do my little last session of 45 minutes of scrapbooking. So I'm just going to call my challenge done as of now. And then I just wanted to share with you the lessons I learned and show you a little behind the scenes of how I did it, how I made my how I had my kit, and how I kept track of my progress, and just share with you my input and insight now that my challenge is complete. So I'm also going to show you the layouts I got done, and it'll be a little flip through, and just stay tuned for that. So really quickly, my overall feel for it was this challenge was great. I got so many photos done, I got so many layouts done in an hour's time. Or less, 15 minutes with some of my layouts, which I've never done before. So it was amazing, and it felt so good to get that much done quickly. So I will definitely be doing this challenge again. And I'm going to try to maybe apply it to Project Life because now I'm behind on my baby album for my son. He's going to be 2 in a few months, and I'm only on maybe his 2-month-old layout. So I think I'm going to have to, do the same thing for his album so that I could progress and get them done faster. So stay tuned for that. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but it's going to probably be the same style. The next thing I learned was that I didn't have, like I told you in the beginning, my photos weren't from one event or 100 photos from like one vacation. So I had varying themes, I had varying sizes of photos. These were all printed years ago. So that made it more difficult. So if I did have a theme, let's say a wedding or a vacation, and then had all those photos printed, I think I would have gotten 100 photos done. So again, take up this challenge. It was fun. It actually did get me out of my box. I used a lot of products that have been sitting in my stash forever, and I got photos on the page and in my albums, which is the main goal for this challenge. So I encourage you to do it. If you haven't seen my first video or any of my other videos for this challenge, I will link them down below so you can see how I did. And now I'm just going to show you some of the behind the scenes, how I kept track and how I had my kit and station kind of set up as I was scrapbooking. Okay, so here's a look at what I used during the challenge. As I was making layouts, this is how I was keeping track of my time and how many pictures I got done. So it's just chicken scratch on Post-its. As you can see, I would put what time I started the layout, what time I finished the layout, how many photos I got on that layout, and then I just totaled up how many minutes each layout took me. And then I added them all up and put them at the end. So I just drew a line also so I could see, okay, I got 4 layouts done on this session. So that's how I kept track behind the scenes. After I did a layout, I would just write it down, move my layout aside, and then get my next pictures out and start. So as you can see, I mean, I was really being honest, and you can see from 10:25, I stopped, moved things over, and then 10:28, I started my next layout. So I really was going through from 10:08 to 11:26 at night. I was scrapbooking, and so I was keeping track. I was being honest, and that's really how quickly I got layouts done. 19 minutes, 20 minutes, as you saw in the challenge. So that was my note keeping during the challenge. So this was my kind of tracker I used after each session was done and after maybe I made the videos or right before I made the videos so that I could have my totals. And so this is kind of inspired by the bullet journal community of a simple tracker. But as you can see, it's very simple. I had the number of photos, number of layouts, and the hours used, and I just filled it in as I went. So that's how I was able to keep track of how many photos I had gotten done up to that point, how much time I've used, and as well as how many layouts I got done. Okay, so this is my desk and how it's set up when I'm recording. And for the challenge, it was just like this. This was where my kit was that I made. Everything that I was trying to use up was in here, and that's where I was pulling and looking for items. And then as you can see inside is where I kept my sketches that I was using, the information from the actual magazine that I got the challenge idea from in there as well, because it had sketches too. And then my little box of embellishments and stickers. So when I was done, I would just throw everything back in this box. As you can see, I still have a lot of paper and things I haven't used, but this was the kit. Once I was working, that's what I was pulling from when I was looking for supplies as I was making my layouts. But it stayed right here on my desk just as it is. It has not moved. And then I would be working right here on my layouts. This is just my video setup really quick. I have two OTT lights, and then my video camera is right above me, and it's using this kind of tripod. I don't know, my husband got it for me, and it's just hooked onto this wall shelf, which stores my wonderful stamps, my scraps, 6x6 paper, my alpha number stamps. I keep them separate, markers, and just some planner scrap paper there. But when I was just kind of looking for things, I just really pulled to what was closest to me, and that's where I would get. I have my ink pads here, and these are my miscellaneous kind of ephemera kind of things, sorted by color, like that. So, and then here's my project life cards. They're all right here and sorted by color. So again, when I was just kind of looking for something, I would reach for those kind of things, and that's where they got added to my page if needed, if they weren't in my kit already. But that is my setup, and that's how I got these layouts done. So I hope you enjoyed that little flip through and behind the scenes look. I hope you are inspired to take this challenge on yourself, get those photos into albums, get those layouts done quickly, use up products that you have sitting in your stash, and get 100 photos down in one evening if you can. Thanks so much for joining me. Stay tuned for my next challenge, like I said, which I think will be project lifestyle related. And please give me any comments, feedback, suggestions that you may have. And if you've been inspired by this video, please give me a thumbs up, and I appreciate all your support. So I will see you next time. Bye!